Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're taking a close-up look at a plant that's tropical, colorful, and full of personality, the cordyline. It's sometimes called the tea plant, and it's so fancy it looks like it belongs in a vacation resort. Cordyline isn't just pretty, it's tough, useful, and has a long history. So let's dive in and see what makes this plant so cool, how to care for it, and why it's been loved for centuries. So the cordyline plant is a perennial plant, and that's why I decided to purchase it. So I got mine from Lowe's, and this is me doing a Lowe's walkthrough as I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to bring home to share with you all to add to my flower garden and to get an up-close personal look. So that means it lives for many years, not just one season like an annual plant. It's part of the asparagus family. Yes, really. Though it doesn't look or taste like an asparagus. Cordyline plants are also known for their long, colorful leaves that can be red, pink, purple, green, or even striped. Now, this is a look at mine. Whenever I bring them home, I like to put them with some of my newer plant finds and see how it will probably look along different colors in the flower garden. Now, here's a fun fact. The name cordyline comes from the Greek word cordal, meaning club, because the roots are thick and club shaped. So, yes, it's a plant with a built in workout tool. The cordyline plants come from tropical regions like Southeast Asia, Australia, and the Pacific Islands. In Hawaii, they're called tea plants, and they're considered symbols of good luck. People plant them around homes to bring protection and positive energy. In ancient Polynesia, cordyline wasn't just decorations, it was super useful. The leaves were used for wrapping food, making clothes and leis, roof thatching, even as raincoats, nature's own poncho. Cordyline comes in so many colors, it could have its own art gallery. Common varieties include Red Sister, which is bright pink and burgundy leaves, electric pink, neon pink edges, kiwi, green with yellow and pink stripes, chocolate queen, deep brownish purple leaves, and florica, green with red veins. Each one looks like it's been painted by an artist. If you plant several together, it's like having a rainbow in your garden. And here's another fun fact. The colors get brighter with more sunlight. So cordyline is basically a solar-powered beauty. So how exactly do you care for it? Well, the care is pretty simple once you know its preferences. It loves bright, indirect sunlight. Too much direct sun can fade the colors, and too little light can make it dull. As for water, keep the soil moist but not soggy. Cordyline likes humidity, so misting the leaves helps it feel at home. For soil, you'll want to use well-draining soil, something fluffy and rich. Think of it like a comfy bed for roots. Now, with it being a tropical plant, you've probably guessed it, it loves warmth. If it gets too cold, below 50 degrees, it starts to soak. So if you live somewhere chilly, bring it indoors during winter or put it in a greenhouse if you have one. For pruning, you can trim off old leaves to keep it looking fresh. It's like giving your plant a spa day. Cordyline plants can live for many years, sometimes decades if cared for properly. In tropical areas, some have been growing for over 50 years. They just keep sprouting new leaves and stems, staying fabulous year after year. So yes, it's basically the grandparent of the garden, wise, colorful, and still rocking. Now here's the fun part. Some of the species are indeed edible. In Polynesia and Hawaii, people cook the roots of certain types for food. The roots are starchy, kind of like sweet potatoes. They were baked in underground ovens and used for energy. But not all cordyline varieties are edible. Some are just for decoration, so don't go snacking on your houseplant unless you're absolutely sure it's the right kind. Now let's talk about medicinal uses. In traditional medicine, cordyline was used for treating fevers, healing wounds, soothing sore throats, making herbal teas from certain safe varieties. People believed it had healing and protective powers. In some cultures, it was even used in ceremonies to bring peace and good health. So, yes, cordyline isn't just beautiful, it's historically helpful too. So here's a rundown of some more fun facts. It can grow indoors or outdoors. It's sometimes called a good luck plant. The leaves can be used to wrap food for steaming, like nature's foil. In Hawaii, red tea plants are planted to honor ancestors. Cordyline can grow from cuttings. Just stick a stem in water and watch roots appear. Some cordyline leaves change color as they age, like mood rings for plants. So that's your up close look at this beautiful, tropical, colorful, long living plant that's full of history, beauty, and personality. Whether you love it for its color, its history, or its good luck charm, Cordyline proves that plants can be both beautiful and useful. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. I hope y'all are having an amazing day, and I will of course talk to you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.